right, welcome back. New year, new beginning. How's that sound? Yep, big changes in your life. Well, you know what? You can make those changes for the positive. Your dream job is out there, and our career consultant, Marcy Morrison, is here to basically lift us up, to tell us we can do what we want to do. And of course, you've written the book. You've written a couple books, haven't you?
Just one book.
Just one, and it's Finding Your Passion. Right?
Yes.
And that's the key, right? I mean, that's the bottom line, is you don't want to go for a job just to get money. You want to go for a job because you really love what you're doing.
Definitely.
And there's a variety of things we can do to go about doing that.
That's right. And why wait?
Why wait?
What is today, January 4th? So let's get started.
Let's get started. You got to get jamming. So what should we do?
What should we do? Well, you know, we've been on here many times and we've talked about the various steps. So really getting clear on what it is you want to do. So we're going to assume that everyone is at that place right now, that they know what they want to do. So I tell people, let's make a plan for the whole year. And your career is only one piece of your life. So how does your career fit into your whole life? So look at how do you want to create your career, your relationships, your finances, and look at the big picture and then break that down. Because what I find is people keep dreaming into the future. Someday I'd like to be a firefighter, for example. But what does that look like today? What can we do today? So look at your week. Every week I tell people to look at Sunday, plan out your week. What is one thing you can do a day to get you closer to that? And it may be that you need to do research. What does it mean to be a firefighter? It may mean taking somebody to lunch that is a firefighter, find out that path that they took. It may mean going to events where firefighters are to get more information. So really chunking that down into tangible steps and not making it a pie-in-the-sky dream. Let's make it a reality. Yeah, one little step at a time, though, right? Because sometimes, Marcy, what happens is this is all overwhelming to you. Right.
And it's particularly if you're out of a job at this point, and then you're just feeling like everything's crashing down on you. So you can't say, oh, look at all these things. I guess you have to isolate and sort of compartmentalize a little bit.
Definitely. And you know, it's interesting because last year I assisted a lot of layoffs, and there was two different groups of people. People that had been taking one step at a time to get them closer to their goal, and other people that just kind of showed up for work every day. And so when that layoff came, the people that had been taking that step to their next step were like, oh, I'm so glad that I spent just those little times, like maybe taking one class or working towards some sort of degree. And one group that I worked with in particular, since I speak Spanish, were people that, you know, maybe had never learned English. And those people that, when that layoff came, were so happy that they had taken time out of each week to learn English. And that's what it is. And sometimes it is a sacrifice. You may be having to go to school at night. In the short term, it may be painful, but in the long term, it's worth it.
Yeah, and I guess this, you know, as they've been saying, this is probably a good time for that type of thing, going back to school and getting some retraining. Because of what's going on out there, a lot of people are doing that.
Definitely, definitely. And you know, I have a good friend, Misty Jenny, and she's actually what you would call a soul coach. And she has this great philosophy, which is the triple M, which is first you have to find out what motivates you, what makes you happy. And then once you start taking steps towards that, you get motivated. And you think, oh, wow, look, I went to that event, I met some firefighters, this is great, I can do this. And then you start creating momentum. So those are the three M's. So people need to get out there because it seems so daunting, but once you get that momentum going, you're amazed how many doors start to open and how excited. That's really what it is you've got to get that energy and enthusiasm and that excitement out there to make that happen.
That is true, because once things start rolling, you have something to live for again.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right. Marcy, great job. Finding Your Passion is the book, and of course you're a coach, you're a life coach, and all those kinds of things, and people can get a hold of you for that.
Right.
All right, Marcy, thanks.
Thank you.
See you later.
Okay.
Okay, coming up on Good Morning San Diego, citizens aren't the only ones asked to do it every 10 years. Coming up next, we're going to tell you what the Census Bureau is asking.